Until last semester, undergraduate drama groups did casting independently, often resulting in staggered deadlines and long waits for directors to finalize casting. But last semester, the Yale Drama Coalition, an umbrella organization connecting undergrad theater groups, introduced a comprehensive timeline to help ameliorate this problem. Celine Tien and Nora Etienne bring us more on this story.
It's every director's worst nightmare, waiting and waiting only to find that their ideal actor took a role in another show. Undergraduate drama productions used to do casting completely independently, which often caused frustration. At times, an entire show would be held up waiting on a single actor to finalize casting. This past season, the Yale Drama Coalition Board began a comprehensive timeline for casting. Despite a few minor complaints about waiting for callbacks, the drama community largely approves of the new casting era.
Really nice that there's this yes, it's bad that you have to wait a long time after you audition, but it's nice there's this one time period where you will get all calls that day, and you can hear all the decisions at one time, take a little time, decide for yourself, and then go on. It very much cuts down the waiting period for everyone so that everyone can sort of have a better idea as to who is overlapping in certain shows, who are we all waiting for the calls. It really makes the whole community of theater be working together so that everyone can have the best thing for their show.
It was pretty easy. It was pretty straightforward.
To consolidate the casting process and avoid double casting, the new timeline regulates when directors and productions can make those casting phone calls. For example, on January 26th at 10 a.m., a new batch of production teams filed into LC. From their respective rooms, each called the actors they wanted, and if conflicts arose, went into the next room to talk. This all happens on one day to avoid the long waits with independent casting timelines.
So when I first got to Yale as a freshman, casting was pretty hectic, and working on shows and being a director and a producer and watching my friends as actors kind of struggle with how drawn out the casting process was, that was something that stuck with me. So on YDC board, when I was part of that board as vice president, we talked a lot about casting and we talked about how we might improve it.
There is still some room for adjustment when it comes to unifying the entire drama community at Yale. Currently, the Yale Dramatic Association, or the DRAMAT, does not conduct casting under the YDC's comprehensive timeline.
I think this was a huge improvement. I think this system really improved on what existed before, especially since there wasn't a system before. I hope that in the future the DRAMAT will be in the same building as the non-DRAMAT shows that we're casting.
Probes advocates an even more unified timeline for theater, consolidating shows into one season of the year.
I think a really good step would be to get closer to the idea of the theater season and a consolidated version of a set list of shows.
Shows cast during the November and December casting sessions are now on the main stage. They include A Midsummer Night's Dream and The Paper Bag Princess, which are currently showing at the University Theater and Whitney Theater, respectively. This has been Nora Etienne and Celine Tien for YTV. Back to you.
Thanks, guys. The YDC does not plan to have any more casting days this semester.